What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's beautiful project, my version of the Porsche Carrera GT, looking absolutely fantastic. This is going to be built for the Discord competition, which does end today if you're watching this on Wednesday. If you're watching it on Thursday, it's already ended, and we already know who the winner is. But if you're watching it on Wednesday, there is still time to enter if you want to. You've got until 10 p.m. UK time this evening to get your entries in. Link in the description below. Do come and join us. And if you haven't got time to make an entry, just come in and vote for your favourite. We do have a lot of fun building cars for the competitions, and it's just a bit of bragging rights most of the time. But as you have seen, we do occasionally have competitions where we get configs added into the game. Occasionally ones where you can win the next DLC as a prize as well. Hopefully more of that coming as soon. But let's jump back into this beautiful Porsche Carrera GT. This is obviously the VM edition. 77,000 kilometers on it, and we got it from the decent auction house. Everything's just about 50%. The frame's a little bit lower, but we're not too worried about that. Did I get a good deal? Obviously not. 22,000 over is what we spent. I bought it for 121,174 and could sell it for 99,128, losing out on 22,046. We will be taking this one onto the drag strip instead of the track that I struggle so much with, mostly because Porsche Carrera. That's all I'm going to say on that one. The engine in this is still the V10 at double overhead cam at 980-01, but it has got more factory horsepower. A few little additions added in there just to increase it ever so slightly up to 808 horsepower on there. Let's get this beautiful beast started. Let's get it over to the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. Here we are then in the car wash with the Carrera GT. Let's get it cleaned. We can already see that it's silver, and most of the body panels are pretty solid on it. No odd colours on this one today, but I will say one thing. I haven't made a livery for this beast today. I did try. I struggled a little bit. The roof, it doesn't match. It sort of like skips over to the left. Even if you angle stuff to straighten it out, it kind of skips out here. It's very bizarre, very peculiar, but I started and then I gave up. Look at all the scratches on it. It's absolutely awful, but there we go. Let's get the interior done. Let's get this one back on the lifter. Let's get everything stripped out, ripped out, tilled down, ready to get this one all back together. Porsche's in the air. Let's check for the oil pan. It is there, so let's get that one all drained out. I wonder how well the Porsche Carrera GT owners are at looking after their vehicle. Very good. That is incredibly clean and very, very neat and tidy in there. I'm quite impressed. But let's get in. This is rear-wheel drive, so we do need to get out these rear wheels and these rear drive axles. So I'll crack on with that, and I'll see you in a second. There we go. That's the wheels and drive axles off. Where's the little starter for this beast? Tucked around just down here, bolted onto the side. One rusty bolt. Not too bad. Out you come there. Then we need to get this gearbox out, which is just massively mished in with all the exhaust sections there, which I probably can't pull out. I can. I'm going to grab all of this now, just so I know I can get it all out a little bit later on. And you there as well. Hopefully that's everything we need to rip the engine out of there. So let's get this Porsche back down and give it a go at ripping that engine out. Over we go to grab the crane. And let's get that trunk open and see if we can pull this one out. We can indeed. That is just how I like it. Let's get the crane put away and let's... My spoiler's gone. Oh, it opened the trunk. Let's close the trunk. Oh, the spoiler is attached to the trunk, which makes sense because it's a trunk part, but normally this is the trunk. There we go. So it opens up the trunk when you take the engine out. That really confused me as to why I just had floating LED lights there. But there we go. Let's get inside and see what's going on in this beautiful engine bay. There is a few little additions, as I have said, that I've made. First off, we've got two small intercoolers just on here. They do mix in with the vents on this, so they're just behind the vents, which I think looks pretty good. Then we've got a cheeky little fuse box just up here with the cover off. We'll grab that battery as well. Coolant reservoir, brake servo, ABS pump and module, ECU, and a power steering reservoir down the back here. And then up the front, if I could get there, we have the wishy-washy reservoir, the fuel tank and fuel pump. A large intercooler just down the front. That is replacing one of the radiators, but we do still have the two side radiators on there. But now we need to get all the liquids drained, so let's crack on with that. Found a nice spot. You know the drill by now. Right-click, additional tools, drain tool, click on hold on the container, and it'll drain it all out. I'm going to get all of this stripped out, make sure we do have everything here then when we come back, it'll be time to sort out the Carrera's bodywork and then beautiful, beautiful bonus parts. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded for our beautiful little Porsche Carrera GT. Now we need to start getting everything off, and I'm going to start with the bonus parts. At the front here, this is a Multiply's Tamago front bumper lip thing for their body kit for the specific Tamago. These side skirts here, these are from the Super in-game body kit to go with that one, I believe by Multiply as well. And then down at the back here, we got these beautiful neons. Everyone, that wasn't the neons, but there we go. Can I get that? The beautiful neons. Everyone's had a play with the neons. They are a lot of fun. Available in the workshop. The spoiler that I just took off is also available in the workshop. We'll sort that one out later. And then we've got this beautiful big diffuser down at the back here. That's all of the bonus parts. Now I need to start stripping the rest of this off. Front fender, off you come. And we'll get that front fender over there along with the trunk/hood. But there we go. Out with the headlights as well. Off with the windshield, door, window, and mirrors. Nicely done. That is what we like. Anything else along here? Rear bumper, tail lights. Out you come. Out you come. Then is it the trunk piece that it won't let me? A hood. Sorry, the hood piece is one piece. Is that all fitted? That's all fitted. That is a rear window, so we do need that piece out there. Is that a light? No, that looks all good. That looks sort of all good. Steering wheel. Wow, what have we got in there? That's the engine, the door. Get around to get that. And that might just be everything for the bodywork, but we need to get this beautiful, beautiful interior out. I love these seats. Some stunning looking seats and a nice steering wheel to go in there as well. Probably be keeping them all the same color because it matches in with everything else in that interior. But is that everything? 1% on there. And nothing showing up on there. We have got everything. Frames at 43%. And I bought it for 121,000. So I'm going to say 1,900. 2,350. Not far off at all. I'm just going to quickly show you the body shop. There is no body tuning parts for the Carrera GT. It is just the normal shop. Everything in there goes back on the car as you see it. Obviously, ours has got some bonus parts. But everything will be going back together. So I'm going to get everything repaired. Ready to get it back on. Buy what I need to buy. And we can send this one over to the paint shop. Let's start getting this beautiful, beautiful car all back together then. Starting with just the normal body parts. On with that trunk, hood, whatever you want to call it. On with the fenders. Beautiful, beautiful headlights. And that lovely front bumper on there. Windscreen in you go. Door in you go. Window and mirror on this side. There we go. Nip around. Let's get the hood or trunk in. Along with that rear window there. Tail lights. Rear bumper and other tail light on there. Around to the other side, door, window, and a mirror. And that should be everything for the base of this body. So let's crack on. Let's get the interior in. As I said, we are just keeping it as the beautiful Carrera GT seats and wheel because they look very good and they do match in beautifully with the rest of that interior on the dash and things like that there. Looking pretty good. What are we missing? License plate. So let's get that on. We've just gone for the VM plate with a race car on it because this is going to look a bit like a race car. Before we go any further, 100%, 100%, 100%. So that is all of the main parts of the body kit. But now we want to start getting all of these bonus parts on, if it would let me. There we go. Starting with the front. As I said, this is the Tamago front lip. There it is. Beautiful work by Multiplied there. If we go around to the side, I was wrong. They are the Tamago side skirts, not the Super side skirts. But I've got them on the wrong way round. We're on the left side, but I need to put the right one on. There we go. And if we nip round to this side and get the other side on there, looking good. Now, the diffuser officially sits in the middle. No idea why, but there we go. Does stick out massively at the back. Absolutely loving that. And then we've got that big old spoiler hanging off the back. Looking fantastic. Then we get on these bonus parts, which, as I said, are just neons replicating lights because race car. There we go. I think that is everything for this beautiful, beautiful Porsche Carrera. We'll have a quick double check. I know I've already seen it, but 100%, 100%, 100%. Fantastic. Let's get this into the paint shop and decide what we're going to do with it today. So this is what we've gone for on the beautiful Porsche Carrera GT. We've gone for this deep, dark, metallic grey as the base colour. Looking fantastic. With some black mirrors on there just for a good measure. But then this little front lip is in a chromed out bronze. Looking fantastic. The side skirts are also in a chromed out bronze. And the rear diffuser it's kind of chromed out bronze, but it's, you know, it's carbon fiber, so it's just got a little bit of chroming layer on it. But I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Incredibly pleased with that. Have done a tiny little bit on the inside that you'll probably never be able to see. Can we even see it? You can just about see the stitching there. If I go into photo mode and then we just go right in, you can see I've done the stitching in black all the way around the seats and also around on that steering wheel as well, just to get it all matched in. Just a little bit of something different. What I wanted to do was get these chrome pieces on here to go in that sort of bronzy colour. That would have looked absolutely fantastic. So that's what we've gone for. Grey, black and bronze for this beautiful Carrera. I said I got no livery, but we haven't. We still played with the beautiful, beautiful colours. And now hopefully this one's going to look pretty awesome. I need to now get all the suspension and that beautiful V10 engine all painted, ready to get dropped back in. So let's get this one back on the lifter. Then we can start reassembly. That's everything painted on the beautiful Carrera. We need to start getting some of this all back together. So we got black shocks, bronze springs, black caps at the back. They're looking very nice on the spring puller there. At the front, it is exactly the same. I'm not going to bother saying it all again. It's still looking pretty good. Very pleased with that. Let's start getting some of it in, starting with that large intercooler at the front, which is in that metallic bronze colour, looking fantastic. We also have the front cross member in the bronze and the front sway bar in a bronze, but the front steering rack is in a body matched grey on there. The main knuckle is in a black. Then we've got the bottom and upper suspension arms both in the body coloured grey, looking very nice. On you go and in you go there with all your rubber bushings. On you go. Let's get the shock in, looking good. Just for a splash more of that bronze. I really am liking that. I'm loving the greys and the blacks and the bronze. Inner tie rod is in a black, with the outer tie rod in a bronze, just for good measure on there. And the knuckle cover also in a lovely looking bronze. Let's get a couple more rubber bushings in. A one just there and a one just over here. There we go. Along with a little sway bar end link, which is just in a little black on there. Blending it in, making it look good. Wheel hub is also in the black. On you go. We've got a wheel hub bearing, brake disc. We've also got the front hubcap, which we've kept in a bronze. Brake pad. And what colour do you think the brake caliper is? It is just a black. There's a lovely metallic black on there. But I feel like I'm probably going to end up with bronze rims. So I went black with now. It may change a little later. Fuel tanks in a black with the fuel pump just in the body matched grey in there. Looking quite nice. Nip down to the back if I could get there. Don't want the exhaust just yet. Just want to stick with this rear knuckle in the black. Both the upper and lower suspension arms in the grey, exactly the same as the front. In fact, most of this is exactly the same as the front setup, but I think it looks pretty good. So let's just get it all in, especially that shock. Loving that. Big chunkier springs at the back, just a bit more visible with all that bronze. Let's carry on getting it in. The only bit that will be different is that this should have a rear drive axle, which obviously we can't put in till we get to the gearbox a little bit later on. So let's just get the rest of it on. In you go. And that's all of that done for the minute. We just got a couple more pieces to squeeze in. I can't even see them. There they go. One just there, which is a small intercooler in the bronze, which does class as being underneath the vehicle. Just up there for the other one. That's it for the moment. I'm going to crack on and get the other side of the suspension all done. And we'll come back and sort out this engine bay before we go and build that beautiful V10. I am a huge fan of black, grey and bronze. I really think it comes out absolutely beautiful. Incredibly pleased with that. What do you guys think? Do let me know in the comments below. But let's crack on and get these engine bays all sorted. Wishy-washy reservoir in the middle there. Then at the front we've got bronze radiator with a black and bronze fan housing kit on there. Looking fantastic. Exactly the same for the other side. In you go and on you go there. Looking very good. Very pleased with that. Matching it all in to the front there. But let's get down the back and get some of this in. We've got brake servo, power steering reservoir, and the ECU on this side, along with the ABS pump, which is in the bronze, and the module, which is also in a bronze on the top there. Looking very good. We've already got the fuse box in, and that one is in a forced chrome bronze. Couldn't get that one out. Then we got a battery and a coolant reservoir, and that's about it for the engine bays. These two massive pieces here get built with the engine, which we'll go and do in just a couple of moments. Everything else is looking good on there. Before we crack on, I just want to show you, you can't see the intercooler or any of the fan housing kits at the front there, which is a bit of a shame. But if we go down to the back and just close this off, you can, well, we can't really see it, but if we go into camera mode, thank you very much. just in here. That is where the beautiful little side intercoolers are. The small ones on there, just sticking through them vents, looking absolutely fantastic. But now we need to go and build that big old V10. In we go. We have already got it started. The block and oil pan are both in a black, and the engine heads are in a body matched grey, which I think looks absolutely fantastic on there. As you can see, we've already got one side fully done. The other side is just waiting to go. Each side needs 2 camshafts. We just get one of them in. 5 spark plugs, so 10 spark plugs in total. And they also need 4 camshaft caps for each camshaft. 8 camshaft caps for either side. And then on the end, they get a cheeky little cam gear as well, which you can't really see for both of them. 1, and the timing chain. 2, in we go, along with the other cam gear on the end. And then a couple of pairs of shoes. I'm just going to crack on and finish that quickly, and I'll be back in a second. That's that all taken care of. Let's crack on with this front a little bit. This first timing cover, or the timing cover, is in that body match grey, ever so slightly different, which I'm only just starting to notice now. Maybe it's not. No, maybe it's just a bit of the lighting. Very, very close regardless. Crankshaft pulley just in a black. We've also got the alternator just in a little black on there. Down here, the water pump, though, that is in a bronze, looking beautiful. Didn't know where the bolts were going to be. Power steering pump's also in a bronze, with the idle roller just blacked out there. And the water pump pulley also blacked out on this side. Then we've got the first belt, on you go, with the second, third, however many idle rollers. Then the next belt, on you go, with an additional idle roller just there. And that's the front all finished, looking very good. Let's move around. Oil filter bronzed out, looking good. Fuel filter just up here, also bronzed out, looking good. And I have coloured the clutch cover to be body matched, the same as the engine heads on there. Let's crack on, though. The engine head covers, these are in a bronze. They're a slightly different bronze. I think I've used like 5 different bronzes around this one to get it all matching in. Looking good. But the ignition coils on top of them, just in a black. Let's get you on and ready to go. On to the other side. Let's get you in. And hopefully we can get this beautiful, beautiful V10 engine all finished and looking absolutely incredible. If I could press all of the buttons I need. There we go. And there we go. Ignition coils all in. Intake manifold. This is in a body matched grey. I think it looks absolutely fantastic and really blends in well with the engine heads on there. Looking very nice. Bolted all the way up. Then we've got cheeky fuel rails, both blacked out just on either side on there. Then we've got throttles. These are bronze because they look good in the bronze, I'm not going to lie. One on this side and one on the opposite side. And then we can carry on with a few bits. The air filter bases are both just blacked out. Air filters go in. On you go and on you go. Then we've got the air filter covers, which are bronzed. Looking beautiful. Very, very pleased with them. They go into the throttles, which is why you need to get them in. That's all looking very good up there. Incredibly pleased with that. We've just got the exhaust manifolds to go, which are, again, just in the bronze, along with the rest of the whole exhaust system. Looking absolutely fantastic, if I do say so. We're going to crack on, get the rest of this other side all bolted up, and then we'll get this one dropped in our beautiful Porsche Carrera GT. Let's get this absolute mammoth V10 dropped inside the Porsche Carrera, and hopefully see how good it looks. It might not look good, but let's get it in. Let's find out. Let's get the crane put away. You can already see them bronze air filters on the top looking beautiful. And obviously we've opened the hood, trunk, whatever. So the spoiler's out the way, but that looks weird. So there we go. Let's just put that one back. Go into photo mode. Let's get ourselves some height and have a look down in there. That's looking very good. And the body match grey on that main piece in the center there is looking very, very nice with the bronzes around the outside. Beautiful. Beautiful work, if I do say so myself. Big pat on the back for me there. But let's get the car up in the air. We've got a few bits left to go. Gearbox, starter, drive axles, and obviously all of that exhaust. Starting with this beautiful gearbox. In you go, just in the black, matching into that block there. And if we nip down here to the starter, just on the side, in a lovely little bronze. Then we've got the drive axles. One on this side, bronzed out. If I could find the bolt, there it is. Round to the other side. Let's get you in as well, all bolted up. And then obviously all of the exhaust. You know where this is going. This is all fully bronzed out, looking beautiful. Just need to see how good it looks coming out the back of the car. That right here looks absolutely fantastic. But underneath, you suppose you can't really see a lot, but there's a lot of bronze poking through. And if we go out the back, the bronze tips just sticking out the back with their little bit of black on the end. Looking very, very, very nice. Incredibly pleased with this. I'm glad I didn't make a livery and actually probably in my opinion, ruin what I've just done with this car here, because it wouldn't have come out the same if we had made a livery as well. But I think that looks absolutely fantastic. Next up, we're going to get the liquids topped up, get these wheels done, windows tinted, and get this beautiful Carrera outside in the sun. Well, here she is then, the beautiful Porsche Carrera GT in a grey, black and bronze finish. Looking absolutely beautiful. Very, very pleased with this one. But let's talk about these rims very quickly. These are the Carrera GT rims. Quite obviously, kept the interior the same. Definitely keeping these rims the same, although we did finish them in a beautiful looking bronze. The front rims here are a 19-inch with a 265 width and a 30 profile on there, looking very nice. Down at the back, they're a little bit bigger. These are a 20-inch rim with a 335 width, but still a 30 profile on there. I really can't go over how good this car looks. It is absolutely beautiful. Loving the engine in there. But let's get in and check out this interior. The only thing I would have changed on this if I could is changed all of this metalwork inside to bronze, if it was at all possible. That would have been absolutely incredible. Definitely would have finished this build off. But the interior in here is fantastic anyway. But let's get this one started up and hear that V10 whine. Nice little tick over there. Let's give it some gas. Oh, and you can really hear that engine whine on there. That's sounding absolutely beautiful. Loving the whiny V10 from this Carrera GT. But let's get this beast onto the dyno, see what its horsepower is and what its drag rating will be. On the dyno with the Porsche Carrera VM Edition. Absolutely stunning. 808 factory horsepower. How much have we added to that V10 today? Have we blown it? Have we doubled it? Hopefully it's going to be good. Let's take a look. If it ever wants to finish there. 830 horsepower gained, more than a whole new engine. Loving that. 103%, bringing us up to 1,638 horsepower from the beautiful Porsche Carrera GT. The drag rating of A, 999, definitely the top end of the A category. Let's get in and have a look at the gearbox tuning setup for today. There she is, a 3.66 ratio with 105 kilometers an hour in first gear, up to a recorded 442 kilometers an hour in sixth gear. ECU is fully tuned, ready to go. Obviously, no carburetors. Let's get in. Let's get over to the drag strip, try and win a tournament, and see who we're up against. Back at Juneway Stripe, this time with a Porsche Carrera GT. Let's just jump straight into it. King of the Sands, 1 mile A-class, and pay our 1,000 entry fee. Couple of unicorns, a Lenticulope VM drag, driven by Matteo, loving that. Multiply is in at one of the unicorns. Good choice of vehicle there. Who else have we got? Country Thang in the electric Ferrari 250, loving that. And that's about it. The rest of it's just a mix of Ford Mustang drags and unicorns and the odd electric Ferrari as well. So let's get into our first race against the version 3 unicorn and hopefully make it through to the next round. The unicorn may be one of the most recognizable liveries of all time, but not as good as the beautiful colors we've gone for our beautiful Porsche Carrera GT today. Looking stunning. Are we going to be able to beat the beautiful unicorn, though? There's only one way to find out. Let's go. Definitely a whiny Porsche. Into first, into second. A little bit of bumping and grinding there. And we are flying past that unicorn, as well as almost crashing into the barrier that I almost didn't see, as we do grind against the surface just a little bit, which is a bit of a shame. But let's get across the line and see what sort of times we've got. There we go. What have we got for our first run? An 8.752, under 9 seconds. Definitely happy with that. 20.427 seconds to the 1 mile. That's not too bad at all. And with a top speed of 430 kilometers an hour, definitely at the higher ends there. Did all right against the unicorn. It held its own quite early on, but we started to pull away towards the end there. We've got through the first race. Who's going to be up next? We already kind of know who it's going to be, but let's see who's actually there. Unfortunately, Matteo got knocked out in the Lenticulope VM drag, which is a bit of a shame. I do love that car. Does mean we are up against Multiply. Nice to see you, buddy. But in another unicorn, this time the version 2. Country Thang did also make it through, along with a lot of the other electric Ferraris. 3 electric Ferraris, 3 Ford Mustang drags, us in the VM edition GT Porsche Carrera, and then the final opponent is the Ford Mustang RTR Unicorn version 2 by Multiply. If we win that, Hopefully, it's only going to leave. Well, it's only going to leave electric Ferraris, Ford Mustang drags, and our beautiful Porsche. So let's get in and try and win. Another livery recognised the world over in the version 2 Unicorn. Beautiful, beautiful nonetheless. Still prefer the beautiful grey, black and bronze of our Carrera GT. Hopefully we can beat this one as well. Let's just get in. Let's go. Off the line, into second, into third. That was too early into third. This isn't going to be good. Oh, I've gone too early into fourth, and I very nearly hit the barrier as well. But we are just about catching that unicorn and passing it, so I'm definitely very happy about that after I just messed it up. Sorry, Multiply. I almost gifted you the win there and stole it from you at the last minute. What sort of times? Yeah, I didn't think it would be that great. 8.988 to the quarter of a mile. 20.704 to the 1 mile, and a slightly slower top speed, but only by 1 kilometre an hour at 429 kilometres an hour. But we did manage to beat Multiply. Sorry to knock you out of this one so early on. But let's get back. Let's see who's next. Well, Country Fang's still in. Is it going to be a Virtual Mechanic Country Fang final in the Porsche Carrera GT versus the Ferrari 250 GT? One of them's electric, though. The other one is powered by a big old beastie V10. But first, we need to get through Vincent Phillips in the Ford Mustang drag. I think every time we see this Ford Mustang drag, I'm always impressed when it's black on black on black. But this one's got a big old grey or silvery ducktail spoiler just down at the back there. Does look good, though. I do like a Ford Mustang. We got to try and beat it, though, with our Porsche Carrera GT. So let's go. Off the line. Can I get a better gear change this time? That might have been a little late, but second was definitely a lot cleaner, and so was third. And by the looks of it, we're way in the lead, and we don't seem to be pulling too bad to the left or right either. I did just straighten up a tiny little bit, but it is what it is. Let's get this beast keep going and win this race. Is this better than our first run? No, not at 8.854 seconds to the quarter of a mile. It's not far off, but still a bit slower. 100th of a second slower, or there and thereabouts. 20.536 to the 1 mile. Again, not quite as good as our first run, but with the top speed exactly the same at 430 kilometers an hour. But it does mean we've made it through, and we are into the final. Who are we up against? I know it's an electric Ferrari, but will it be Country Fang? That is such a shame. Obviously, we are up against an electric Ferrari, but Country Fang just got knocked out by Stephanie Jackson. So now we have to take revenge. And we have to beat Stephanie Jackson in the final in the electric Ferrari. Now, we know they are insanely fast. They seem to appear in the much higher-end competitions, along with the Unicorns, obviously, and the Ford Mustang drags. But let's try and win this final race, take the max amount from this tournament, and get back to the garage. Final race, grey Porsche Carrera GT versus the grey Ferrari 250 GT. But that one's got an electric motor. I'm hoping we don't lose a V10 to an electric Ferrari. I really hope not. Let's just get in. Let's go. Final race of the day. Off the line. Come on, little Porsche. Into second. Into third. We seem to be in front of the Ferrari as it stands at the moment. Hopefully it's going to stay that way. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. That might have just cost us the race. Has that cost us the race? Oh, no. We've still got it. We're still pulling. And hopefully we'll make it across the line and win. There we go. Definitely not our fastest race because I messed up another gear change there. But we did win the final race. Thank God for that. I was worried for a moment there. When that Ferrari caught up, I thought we were out. I thought that was it. Game over. We've lost the final race. But we didn't. We still managed to squeeze out that victory. 8.948 to the quarter of a mile. 20.809 to the 1 mile. And the slowest top speed of the day of 426 kilometers an hour. What will be going down on the speeder board will be our first run, which is an 8.752 to the quarter of a mile, 20.427 to the 1 mile, and a top speed of 430 kilometers an hour. Let's get this beast back to the garage and see if we can sell it on for a nice bit of profit. Gotta collect our winnings before we get back to the garage. Always happy to see this screen. Congratulations, you won. Championship came to an end. Your total payout, 11,250. Obviously, we take off our entry fee, as we always do. Leaves us with 10,250. Now, let's get this Porsche back to the garage and see if we would be able to sell it on for some profit. Although we're not going to sell it. This one is way too beautiful to sell. Absolutely beautiful Porsche Carrera GT in grey, black and bronze. Really loving this one. We managed to get it down the drag strip in 8.752 seconds to the quarter of a mile, 20.427 seconds for the 1 mile, and a top speed of 430 kilometers an hour. Pitting this one 30th on the speederboard out of 73, so definitely in the top half. Very, very impressed with this Porsche Carrera GT right here. Let's just jump in and quickly check out this stunning interior. Absolutely loving it. Very, very beautiful. But let's talk some facts and figures about this one. I bought the car for 121,174 and could have sold it at a loss of 22,046. We obviously didn't do that. We spent another 71,090 upgrading, tuning, modifying and painting this beautiful car, especially that beautiful engine, as to how you see it there in front of you, looking stunning. Pitting our total spend at 192,264. Not too shabby. Would we be able to make a profit if we were selling this one? Well, there she is, all finished, all 100% done, and just only a little bit more than what we started with on there. The testing went all right. We managed to get some good tunes quite early on. That engine, though, ramped up to 1,638 horsepower, a gain of 103%, which is absolutely incredible from this stunning V10. But we spent 192,264. Can we make some money? We definitely can. 360,116 is the sale price. We're not actually selling the Porsche Carrera GT. It's too beautiful to sell this one. This will be going out front. Obviously, we're going to mix it up on Friday when we get the final 3 of the competition builds all together. For the first time on this channel, at least, we'll have them all together in front of the shop, which will be quite interesting. But if we were to sell this beautiful Porsche Carrera, we would have made 167,852 profit, plus our winnings from the drag strip, leaving us a total of 178,102 profit. Absolutely fantastic. Obviously, this is my custom creation. I can't release it to the workshop because these parts aren't available on the workshop. They're only for friends of Multiply to build certain cars with. I've just stolen the parts and used them on a different build because I think they worked really well. Absolutely fantastic. Really do love this one. What do you guys think? Do let me know in the comments below. But we've already spoke about what's up next, so let's just go check it out. This is Pi Newton's creation. Absolutely fantastic. I love this one. This is the Katagiri Katsumoto, or something along those lines. Katagiri Katsumoto. I don't know. Relatively close. Pi made the Street Fighter Edition. Looking stunning. 170,000 kilometers on this one. We got it from the Bad Auction House, although it wasn't far off the percentages on the Porsche that we built today. But did I get a good deal on this one? No. But not by much. I'll take that. 17,633 is what we paid, and I could sell it for 16,348, losing out on 1,285. What engines have we got for this one? Quite a few different options on this one. 319 horsepower from the i4 double overhead cam BFM engine. What do you guys think we should put in this one? Obviously, it's going to be an i4 or an i3, because that's all that's available. Do we go for the i4 turbo, the i3 turbo, or one of the other ones? If you have any suggestions, do let me know in the comments below. Who knows, we may just build whatever it is you suggest. So make sure you join us back here on Friday for another Car Mechanic Simulator 2022 video with this beautiful Katsiri Katsumoto Street Fighter Edition competition entry from Pi Newton that got entered into the game. Everyone's base game has that one available in it if you want to play around. What did you think of the Porsche Carrera GT? Do let me know in the comments below. Leave a cheeky like if you did like it. Share this video far and wide, and hit that subscribe button if you aren't already. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, whatever it is you're getting up to. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.